were. Yes, you were. Hey, are we live, guys? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, of all people. With a special guest in town, Big Country, who goes back to the days when there was like 10 people in one class, and it was the entire night, wasn't it? We went. It went from 7 to 11 to midnight to, oh my God, everybody's act. Bob Dean had 6 cats, 4 who are black. That was my favorite line. And then he would do this routine about working in a bar and what everybody would say. And it's so real. He would say that, oh no, we're not going to pay for this. No, 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 right away, these are the Persians. He said black people would say, I can't taste no alcohol in this drink. Now, I had never heard of that before until I met somebody here who says to me, let's tell the bartender we can't taste any alcohol in this drink. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I thought you saw something.
Always.
I just want to say that I am really, it's with sadness and happiness for God, but Tom Dreesen is not here anymore, and so, of course, I always miss the ones that were funny. He was so funny. He did this routine about his wife, and he said, my ex-wife, God rest her soul, she's not dead. I just wish God would rest her soul. Every time I'd lose it. Not once, not twice, but every time I'd lose it. Because the audience feels so badly for him. And then his daughter, he says, what are you listening to? And she's like, old dirty bastard. And she's like, what? And he's like, who has a baby? Looks at it and says, I'm going to name you old dirty bastard. He's so funny. And I was doing this routine, and so I can't get mad at him. But he did a routine better than me. And he was talking about this gang he used to run away from. And I used to run away from the same gang. It's the truth. It wasn't the Crips, it wasn't the Bloods. But for me, it was the Nuns. And they were a gang, and they wore different clothes. You know, they had these black, really long veils that went all the way in the back. And then you didn't have a whiteboard, you had a chalkboard. And what you would do is pick up a handful of chalk dust, pick it up, and just throw it at the back of their habits. That's what I would do. Because I put a tack in that teacher's chair, and she sat on it, and nothing happened. Nothing. And we're all looking. That's like my mother once. I was so mad at her. What did I get an ass whooping for? Something. And I decide I'm going to fix her, and I put Windex in her coffee, right? So I call my grandmother. If any of you know me, I grew up with a Southern grandmother. And I said, Grandma, what happens if you drink Windex? She said, Lord have mercy, sugar, you can't drink no Windex, you die. And I said, die? I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm watching my mother drink the coffee. She's reading the paper and she goes, what the hell are you looking at? And Windex didn't kill her. Who does that? Who does that? Oh my God. My mother's gotten me in such situations. I had a boyfriend that had a situation. He's disabled, good-looking guy, played football. No, I'm sorry, baseball. And he had. That's why I hate when people say, "Who do you know with polio?" Oh, I know somebody with polio. And I said to my mother, "If you don't let me date him, he's going to think it's because he's handicapped." She won't let me go out still. I'm like almost 17 now. I still can't go out with a boy. He comes over to take me out, and my mother looks at him and says, let's change his name for the sake of being sued. She says, hello, David, my name is Sandra. I never said he was deaf. She gets in the kitchen and says, you're right. She says, he is crippled. I never used that word. I never said that word, ever, never, ever. And this is the one that stalked me. And he was abusive. My grandmother said that to me. She said, you got to be careful because some people are mean. And I said, the Cuban? She said, no, you know. And she wouldn't say it. She was so polite. I would have guys call there, and I'd be like, I'm not here. And she'd say, I'm not going to hell for you, Sunderland. You will take it. And she had a way of guilting you. And people talk about Jewish guilt. Nothing beats Southern guilt. Nothing beats it. I said, I'm going out tonight. I hadn't seen my boyfriend in a minute. She said to me, "Oh, please don't go out." She said, "I wish you'd stay in tonight. I'm not feeling well." And I said, "Look, I haven't seen him all weekend, and I haven't seen him." And she said, "Well, when my head is cold, he'll still be here." I was like, "Oh my God, like who can get high with that?" You know what I mean? I just want to go out, smoke a joint, have fun. Ignore the sound, guys. And thank God it's me. And all I know is that I go to school the next day, and I call her on a cigarette break. She says, "What do you do?" Oh, my Aunt Barbara answers the phone. Now that she's dead, I could tell you. So my Aunt Barbara answers the phone, and I say to her, "What are you doing there?" And she says, "What am I doing here? She's my mother." And I was like, "Oh, because you always have these club meetings, and you're always flying around, and you're a model, and you do all these things." So I talked to my grandmother, and she says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Smoking a cigarette." "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm sitting here looking at Jason in the backyard." I said, "Well, I'm going to go back to class." She said, "Okay, don't bring the cigarette to class because a lady doesn't smoke in class." I said, I know. And I sit down, and they call me back, and they tell me that my, not my casting director, who's the person, your counselor needs you. So I call the counselor, and I say to her, "Who died?" And she goes, "Just go home. Just go home." What is that all about? Do you believe my grandmother dropped dead after talking to me? And the craziest thing is, like, my aunt says to me, my Aunt Lois says, "Oh, Sundalin," she goes, "Mother went to the hospital, so we're all going to come pick you up." I was like, "You're all going to drive up to Seton Hall University?" "No, you're not." I was like, "I'm coming home." But what I neglected to tell all of you is that my other boyfriend, the Japanese one, his friend knocked my car door off, and I couldn't tell my family. So what happened was his friend pulled up and hit the car, and the car door went backwards and came up, but when he forgot and he opened the door, it came off in his hand, and I started laughing so hard I was peeing myself. He pulled the door off the friggin' car. Now the car door's on the ground, so we have to pick up the car door and put it back on to drive, so he's not driving without a door. But I forgot about that until I had to drive up after my grandmother died, and I can't tell these people I have no door because I had no reverse, and I didn't have reverse. For 3 years, I didn't have reverse. And to this day, I can't pull in a parking space, but I can back in, and you can ask Samantha, because she's like, "Why don't you just pull in?" And I said, "You drive, or it's over." Both of them. "You can't pull in?" "No, I can't." "No, I can't. I can drive backwards. I can make a getaway backwards." No reverse, one car door. It's unbelievable. My grandmother always had a saying. She'd say, "You need to soak them socks. They black as Otis Mason. Look at the collar of your uniform. It's black as Otis Mason." Everything was black as Otis Mason. I'm at the funeral, and this gentleman comes up to me with my cousin Karen, my cousin Debbie, and he says, "I know who you are. You Miss Eva's grandbaby. I know which one you are." He wanted to say, "You half-white wench," but he didn't say it. And he said, I said, "My name is Sundalin." He said, "My name is Otis Mason." I go, "Oh my God. This is what I say at a funeral home. There's a real Otis Mason." Can you imagine that? He was as black as Otis Mason. But my cousins already knew, and they were pulling me away from him. "Samantha, can you imagine? He's real. He's real. Look at the back of that heel, black as Otis Mason." Now I'm wondering who Aunt Phoebe was, because she said, "The way you're walking like Aunt Phoebe." I don't have an Aunt Phoebe. Who is Aunt Phoebe? Otis Mason's real. So I get a postcard from Jamaica, and it has a big black cougar on it, and I say to my cousin Karen on the front, "I love you, love Otis Mason." I said, "Did you get my postcard?" She goes, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you send that to my house?" I said, "It's just a postcard." She said, "You know Otis Mason's son is my postal delivery guy."
What?
Now I have a character, Miss Roxanne from the James and Sunder show, the little old black lady that used to grab the young boys' butts. Miss Roxanne was special. "Hi, honey, you need some help? Do you need some help?" And one day I said, "I need some help because I shaved." That's a whole other joke that I'm not doing because I'll be performing on the 25th at the Ice House. I'll be with Jazz Clarity and a bunch of Girl Scouts. And I'm going to practice because on my honor, I will try to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people at all times steal their drugs and to obey the Girl Scout laws. And that's what I wanted to do. All right, I have no jokes for them, so I got to think about it. They're all like whoring around like Disney people now. Have you noticed it? They're just like, you want a cookie? Like, where are the Girl Scouts clothes? Where's your brownie outfit? Put on some clothes. Really, girls, put on some clothes. Leave something for imagination. Somebody. I thought my daughter was going out with a bra. She's like, you're slut-shaming me. I had no idea. I thought they were undergarments. I've done it. I forgot. I feel myself walking down the hallway. Something feels different. Forgot my shirt. I'm only talking this much because we have a wonderful, intimate audience. And with that, I want to say thank you to our newest addition, our social media manager. Her name is Haley Impey. That's right. And we also have the woman who has it all, Jazz Clarity, who makes sure that things are clear. You have your producer who's going to do your tapes for you, and we're going to make sure that we know who you are. And that is the one and only Jason Ham. And of course, without hesitation, I bow down to your comedy concierge, the one and only Samantha Linderman, who is working on her 1 hour special. And don't think these hours are not possible, guys. Don't think that they're out of the picture. I just heard somebody say, Sundar, nobody's sitting through an hour of comedy anymore. If they're funny. If they're funny, right? You would. You liked mine? Yeah, it was good. I was a little heavier then. Life was good. Wolfgang. Oh my God, my feet hurt so bad. I ended the show kicking off my shoes and nobody knows it. It was so painful. I was in so much pain. My toes were in fists. And the woman who did my hair didn't even have a license. She learned how to do her hair in prison. But she did a great job on me. I was gorgeous and I loved it. And I slept in that makeup. For 2 days, I slept sitting up. I did. I didn't care. But I'm really proud to bring this woman up because she's done wonderful things. And now they got a new show out called Polygamy. Did you see the new show? But you don't listen. Nobody wants to listen to me. You're the BMW girl. You started it first before it came out on Netflix. So I want you guys to know that before they did the Polygamist, I had the BMW girl right here. That's right. And I forgot what it stands for again. But she'll let you know. What is it? Black man's what?
Black Mormon wife.
That's right. Black Mormon wife. That's right. You'll have hilarity with the one and only Jazz Clarity, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I know. You know. You already know.
You already know they done started the
You
show.
already know.
Can't believe them stealing my stuff. They don't know about the BMW, not the car, the woman. Hey y'all, hey Chad, how y'all doing? Thank you. Much like Sunda said, we will be performing for the Girl Scouts, so I am working on a clean set, so don't mind me. No Black Mormon wife tonight. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. So, I was going to tell you how old I am. Mind your business. I don't have any kids, but I am an aunt mom, a grandtee of sorts. And kids, they tell your business. They tell your life stories. They teach you how to date. I didn't realize that when you get older, the words that people say, they're just so unfamiliar, but they're like almost the same, right? So like my nephew, now he's 18, but all the time he teaches me how to date. Tells me all this new language like, does he have Riz? What the hell is Riz? Charisma. That used to be a name back in my day. It's a girl, okay? Does he have Riz? Like, from third period? Okay. And so I'm like, I don't know if he has Riz. I just started dating the man. So then he goes, well, I need you to do it for the plot. Do what for the plot? Are we writing books? What are we talking about here? And he's like, tell him to take you out dancing. Do it for the plot. I'm like, do what for this plot? So he's like, back in your day, you used to teach you how to Dougie. Do it for the plot. I said, oh, okay. First off, you don't know nothing about teaching me how to Dougie. You don't even know where that came from. That dance is older than me. What are we talking about back in my day? But I will do a little shake for you, okay? And so I'm like, okay, whatever. Teach me more. And he's like, you always got to remember that you are the birthday. Now, that's a new language that I can get behind because I am the birthday every day, all day long. You're going to celebrate me, period. Right. I done said I was a black Mormon wife. You're going to see me slay, okay? So, one of his biggest things right now is that if they can't take us to Ruth's Chris, then he can't go. Like, he can't go where? Why he can't go if he's taking me out to Ruth's Chris? How did you get invited on this date? But I took him when he was like 7. Like, you couldn't even finish a real plate. And now you're a grown man trying to get on my date. What if I wanted some after snacks? Y'all know after snacks. Let me. Gotta leave him at home. So thinking about just, back in my day, how great songs used to be, great songs, nursery rhymes or anything of the sort. But when I think about doing it for the plot, I think about how nowadays they have songs that teach you how to eat vegetables, dance. They're really hyped up songs. Like, if I would have had songs about vegetables, I think I would have ate them, right? They said, I love my veggies. I love my veggies. I said, if I would have had songs like that, I would have ate veggies too. These kids don't know nothing about good music. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how I used to go. They'd be like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. I said, oh, y'all want to twerk to everything. I do too, but that's none of your business. Oh, man, and great. We just had great stuff. Anybody seen The Lion King before? Yeah. Great times. Great movie. Teaches you about life, grief, circumstances, running away from home. Teaches you a lot of things. And there is a prerequisite in that movie, right? Most of you may not know because it's a song that most people just make up words to, right? But it gives you a prerequisite. And at the beginning of the movie, it shows you Sarabi, Simba's mom, rolls with a crew. A whole squad of lions, right? In that song, when you think you're not hearing words, this is what they're really saying. Ah, Simba, go and get your mama. Ah, Simba, go and get your people for Scarara. Now, I don't know about you, but if my kid told me, Mom, Dad died and Uncle Scar told me to leave and never come back, we would have had a different movie, okay? That's my time. I go by the name Jazz Clarity. That's JASCLARITY on all socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can always find me here at the LA School of Comedy, but also at the Ice House on the 25th of July.
Yes. Oh, my God. I'm staying for that because I got to go to London. I'm just so excited about London. No, actually, I am excited because you know something? Something really beautiful happened here. We met someone here named Sully. I thought you were Samantha for a second.
Yes, Sully.
And he's going to take care of Tova's headshot, her pictures for the show that she's doing. So that's great. So if you guys are in London, make sure you catch Tova because I'm not going back to London ever again. Do you understand me? I am not going back again. They pulled my husband off of a train. I know, and the guys, this Indian security guy and the police were there, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. I go, it's my, and he goes, sit down, woman, to me. And then I was like, hey, I said, who are you talking to? And I was like, I'm not home. Within the first 5 minutes of arriving in London, I lost my wallet. I went to the bathroom and lost my wallet. I'm only telling you this because I have this little card in my wallet that my husband put together, and I hated it. I was like, I don't need to be tracked with a GPS. They find your wallet with this card, Samantha, and they take every single thing out of your wallet, and they pin it to a board, and you have to identify what is yours. Yes. Yes. I know. I've like I have fake IDs. I mean, it's terrible. Terrible. All these different ages. You're like, who is she? Why is she lying about her age? She's a senior citizen. No, I'm a new ager.
Yes.
That's right, you're a new ager. Because people from Studio 54 refuse to say senior citizen, even though when they say it, they whistle. I heard it. You ever listen to the Mike and Myra show? Nobody listened to Studio 54. Do you know what Studio 54 was?
Yes.
No, right? She doesn't know who Jerry Lewis is either.
Are you kidding me?
No, she's learning though.
Putting me on blast right now.
No, I want to think of what I can tell her that would remind kids of Jerry Lewis. Because if you say the Nutty Professor, who do you think of? Eddie Murphy, right? You see? Isn't that crazy? So guess what, Big Country? Let them think that that's me and Jamie Foxx right now, even though it's Ray Charles. And we want to show you something beautiful. We have a light that comes on when you have a 2-minute wrap-up, and it's been a minute. And oh, God, you knew me. When?
14 years.
Yes, wow. 14 años. How many pairs of shoes have you fallen over in your bedroom since then? This man gets, listen, he falls into cactus, and he has cactus on his ass and on his testicles, all right? I don't believe the story until I go to the beach and fall into some friggin' cactus. I can't find it. It's there, and it hurts. And I'm like, no, I did not do a Larry Nelson, but he's here. The one and only guy. He is not going to be pricked by anyone. Let's give it up for Big Country, Larry Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful thing this is. Now we got to work. We got to go up a stage now, Larry.
Oh my God, Sunda. Talk about history. I can't believe you brought that up. Hey, I'm just here for free therapy. I'm out of the house. My wife's back at the house. Love her. I'll preface this by saying I love my wife dearly. So where's my single people at? All right, single people. Where's my married people? Really? No married guys. Okay, so this is going to be an educational evening for both married people and for single people. So, again, I'll preface this by saying, since it's going on the interwebs, that I love my wife dearly. And, yeah, I look forward to many more years together with her. But, yeah, so we've been together. We'll be married 23 years of September. Woo, thank you. Yeah, so my wife's Persian American. Have you heard of these Persians? Used to be called Iran, but then they liked the Persian name better, so they're Persian. So I just thought she was a really attractive, like, brunette. Persian brunettes are a different type of girl. By the time I figured it out, I was already hooked. But I just recently found out that my wife is actually black. Ask me, how did I figure that out? I accidentally got her hair wet, and she went really, really crazy. True story. We're in the pool. She's on a floater. I'm like, we're hanging out. Maybe I'll just get kind of a little rambunctious and splash some water. That's why I'm here tonight. That happened Saturday. And she's still not talking to me. Justifiably so, because, she looks really attractive and her hair is awesome. But, yeah, she's the first black Persian, other than, actually, our friend Tehran. Shout out to Tehran. Amazing guy. So, yeah. So my wife is actually black and Persian because of the hair thing. So it made me think, how can I help future married people? And I'll just say this. On equal opportunity, and as I told the crew earlier, I judge people based on two things, heart and mind. Do you have a good heart and mind? If you do, we can be friends.
Yes.
Thank you. If you don't, around you and just keep going. If you make the mistake of stopping me or touching me, that's probably not a good idea. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I also found out some other things being married for 23 years and with my lovely wife. Even though I was a grown-ass male I don't know, 20-something, close to 30 when I got married. But apparently, prior to being married, I did not know how to drive, did not know how to change lanes. I did not know the proper distance of following the car in front of us. And for you single people out there, it is 5 car lengths. And if you happen to be close to the 5 car lengths, it's okay for your wife or partner to go, "Ah!" I also didn't know how to wash dishes. I also didn't know how to like properly shop. And then when you're at the cash register at Sprouts or Vons or your favorite store, it's not the time to realize you did not bring the recyclable bag into the store to put your food into. But here's the hack. So for those folks that have been married for a long time, this is what you do. As a guy, especially for me, when I forget to bring the recyclable bag into the store and they give me the paper sacks or the plastic sacks, depending on the state you're in, go back to the car, unload the groceries out of the store sack, put it into the recyclable stack, and bring it in the house. She'll never know. Just saying, trying to help you guys out here. Married guys as well as, soon to be married guys. Apparently also I didn't know how to find a parking spot. This is a really complex process. And as you go past the parking spot is the ideal time for them to remind you that that was the best parking spot. But they never they never tell you 5 times. It's okay. Yeah. So apparently it's okay to learn from this, but not then read it back to them and go, "This is what I heard you say." That is not appropriate. So let me see what else kind of help you single folks think about getting married. Repeat after me. I'm wrong. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out, honey. Pause and wait. If you get the look of they still want to do harm to you, repeat after me. Honey, would you like some roses? Would you like some chocolate? And if it's really bad, maybe some diamonds. And if you made the colossal mistake of being like just catastrophic, all 3. So just married guys, if you haven't figured that out, it took me a long time to figure that out. I'm wrong, you're right, honey, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, and I can't take that, I can't own that I came up with that. Actually, it was given to me by a gentleman that was married for 30 years. And he said it like past 25 years is no longer a marriage, it's a contest. And I was like, well, what's the contest? He's like, well, the contest is to outlive your partner or your wife or husband. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of weird and sadistic, but so what's the prize? And he goes, the insurance money, you idiot. It's like, okay. Yeah, but I would say this. My wife puts up with me, and let's just say, as much as I like to think that I've figured things out, I haven't, and I'm officially Generation X. I won't say my age, Sunda. I'm Gen X. That was the last generation before the iPhone, the smartphones, or as I call them, the dumb phones, because it makes me dumb. And I think it's pretty much why aliens haven't been discovered on our planet, because they would land and nobody's looking around except for their phones. So we've probably been visited by aliens for years, just no one's paying attention. It's pretty simple. I will say my wife is really good, and for you single guys, you might have traveled before, but you've never traveled until you've been married. There's a whole process of booking. There's a whole process of selecting where you go. 2 weeks before, you have to pack everything, even though you're not going for 2 weeks. And then just be prepared, because when you're on the trip, you have about 85 more pounds than you really need of clothes and utilities and all that stuff. But so my wife decided that like this year we'd do a bucket list trip. So we booked it last year, very smart by her, and we went to Turkey and Greece. Yeah, this is a whole other set. And you're talking about like 1 hour special. This could be 3 hours. I will share one thing. So my wife grew up in Iran. She immigrated to England, went to university in England, yes. And then came to America, became American, yes. As a girl, she grew up going to Turkey and Greece with her father for vacation. So it was like kind of the coming home thing. Well, we went to Istanbul. It's an amazing city, but she had me do this like cultural experience that I will never repeat. Have anybody ever heard of a hammam before? No, hammam is a public bath. Oh yeah. Yeah, public bath. But she's like, it's great. It's just like a spa, but it's 300 years old. It's in the middle of Istanbul, and it'll be great. I'm like, fine. I don't think so, but like, what the hell? I'll go along with it, right? So we get there, and about 10 minutes before our appointments, like, there's a men's side, there's a women's side, and I'm like, all right, well, so who's my therapist? And I'd prefer a female therapist, please. And they're like, we're sorry, sir, but we don't have that. You have a male therapist. His name is Mahmoud. Mahmoud's about this tall, about 250 pounds. And this is a whole other special, but I'll just say, like, what I experienced being sudsed down by Mahmoud with about 20 other naked men in this gigantic room that's 300 years old pretty much felt like gay rape without penetration. That's too far? Okay, that was too far. Okay, well, no, Mahmoud, lovely man, but like, let's just say it's the only time, thanks Jason for the nod, that was too far, but I gotta know what the limit is. But yeah, I will never be scrubbed down by a Turkish man named Mahmoud ever again in hammam, but yeah, go to Turkey, try it, it's great. So other than that horrible joke, my name is Big Country Larry. You can find me at bigcountrylarry.com. You can find me on Instagram at Big Country Larry, YouTube, all the socials, and I will leave on this. Sunda Kroonquist, I owe you a ton because 14 years ago, you and your lovely friend Sue gave me a chance to get up here and do this, and I love this. Yeah. It's the best. And it's free therapy. So I highly encourage you out there in the interwebs to come to LA School of Comedy, take this awesome class, get up on stage, and tell your life story. Right. Have fun. All right, Sunda.
And Larry was so funny. Larry used to be like a Chuck E. Cheese character. And at the last minute after he got drunk, they tell him he has to play this character. Can you imagine the children? And he's in a costume, he's drunk, he's like, yeah! I mean, I laughed so hard at his bits and chopping wood. Who gets like wood accidents? Axes. Where were you born again?
Oregon.
That's where I was arrested.
I know.
The third time.
I'll just say, which time, Sunda?
Oh my God. Jesus falls the third time. I've been arrested 3 times publicly. Terrible. Yeah, you can't use the R word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It just you're just great. You were just great. And listen, J-Date?
J-Date.
Oh, J-Date. Oh my God. Like Jewish Life Television, JLTV, just like television. Feed Me Booby was beating me. I wanted to beat her. But she's still doing it. Well, you know what? It comes time where you have to see what you're going to sample when she gets through this hour. I'm sure that she's going to have something interesting to say. And after watching you, Big Country, I can imagine how much she can pull out of her hat. You get ready for a treat. The one and only, Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for LA School of Comedy and Sunda Kroonquist. How we doing, everybody? It's a Manic Monday. Oh my gosh. A public bath, that's my worst nightmare. The small talk that I would initiate.
Oh my God.
So how are you? Have you gotten that checked out? Like, I don't know. I would cause a problem. I would be an issue. Like, I think I would get offended if people were looking. I would get offended if people were not looking. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, because a lot of comedy is so... I'm not saying this to be woke, but it's the right word, binary. You know what I mean? Like, man versus woman, good versus bad, but there's a lot of in between, but I guess that's not funny. But it's like I do love men, and I have so much feedback, which they don't seem to love. They don't like that. They really don't like that. I've had so many tales. And also the guys, and then you meet guys and they don't want to hear any of the stories. I'm like, don't come to my show. Okay. He's like, that's fiction, right? I'm like, of course. It's creative writing, free therapy. No, it's fiction. It's fiction. I'm really trying to avoid making my therapist laugh because it gets me so angry. I can't explain it. Where I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is the one time. That's my hour that I want no laughs.
Right.
By the way, it's only 50 minutes. You're like, only. She can barely get a word in edgewise. That's the thing. But then she'll say something. I'm like, damn. She's like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. How was your week? No, I actually don't ask her because I'm not a chump, you know. Like maybe if it was my second therapist or my third or my whatever, you know. But when you've had like when your first therapist is a gay man named Guy who's 70 plus years old and he's white and he grew up on a Native American reservation. And he was bullied, and he understands why. And he has a chihuahua named Cha-Cha with a real pearl necklace. And that's your first therapist. And then COVID. And then he got cancer. It was just like, oh. I'm like, damn, he really needs to talk. And then I was like, I have to see somebody else. Oh, no. I was like, I can't handle this. I'm going to like him too much. He always would wear a cowboy hat. It was so cute. And then, you know, there was this lady who reminded me of my mom if my mom was Protestant. And my mom is a Jewish mom. Like, my mom was meant to be the way that she is. Like, this woman, like, was the hallmark. I can't explain, like, blonde, like, red lip, like, why don't you use a calendar? I was like, why don't you get a gun, shoot me in the head, and take all my money? Because that's what you're doing anyway. You're taking my money, tell me to use a calendar? Should I use my phone? Should I use my phone calendar? Should I call for help? You're dumb. You're stupid. She's like, I think you're high right now. I was like, okay, Mom. Okay, Mom. And she was like, we can do some transference work. I'm like, again, like I've transferred from my Venmo to you. How much more transfer? She's like, transfer the feelings about my mom onto her. I'm like, I'm good. I'll just send my dad an email. Oh, God. It's bad when you're emailing with your parents. I went through that. I was a teen. You know, I was a teen at one point. I shaved my head. Okay, I shaved my head, and my dad's like, so you're a lesbian now? And I was like, I wish more than anything. Like, I was so wanting to be just a homosexual. And it's just not the case. You know, I have my moments, but it's most... Is that a crime? But I do. I love men. Have I ever met one? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Boys, on the other hand, no. I mean, it has been because I have too much empathy. Because it's also like where I was at in life. I'm like, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Like I have to get home to my pet rat kind of thing. Like I maybe can't be judging, but then there were times where I'm like, I feel like I should be judging. Let me think of. I mean, there's so many. The one that's so funny is I have to write them all for this hour, but I don't want the hour to be all about men. That would be crazy. We call it the Bechdel test, the Bechdel hour. People will be like, Bechdel, does she go to temple? The Bechdel family. I went to a Jewish dating event. Every Jewish event is a dating event, but it's more a mating event. And it's weird. It's really weird. And they had bracelets, green, yellow, red, right? Green, you're single, yellow, you're complicated, red, you're taken. And I am in a situationship, and it is painful to say that out loud. You know, it is painful to say that out loud. But it's a good situation. It's nice to be in a situation. But he said, I don't want this to be complicated. So I was like, okay, it's not complicated. I'm single. So I put on my green bracelet, and I'm like, I'm single. Everybody's shorter than me. This one guy is British. His name's Marshall. I go, my favorite store. He goes, what are you talking about? Oh, what'd you reckon? I go, Marshall's, like Ross Dress for Less. He goes, oh, like, he's like, I don't shop there. He's like, I shop at, what do you say, Bloomingdale's. I was like, Outlet, Saks. I'm like, off Fifth. I'm like, this is not a Jew. You are a British spy. You are not. He's a redhead, British, wearing a white button-down, buttoned all the way down. No Jew is that confident about their body. No Jewish man is that confident about their body. Unless you're wasted and then the whole shirt's off. And then I can see your little, what's it called? What could I call it? Schmeckle, no. I'm trying to think, like, what's a word for, like a Jewish man's tummy? Because it's not a beer belly. Like, a bagel belly is offensive. Like, that's just rude. I can't be like, a bagel belly. Because they'd be like, I'm gluten-free. I'd be like, is anybody here Jewish? Is anybody here really Jewish? I don't care about the piercings. I used to have every piercing. But it's like, you can't be, like, having all these dietary, because if they're not kosher, that's the thing. You're going to eat ham, but you're not going to eat challah. And that's what we really need to be talking about. And this is the stuff, when my mom's like, why aren't you dating Jewish? I, like, make up all these stories. But it's like, it's hard out there. J-Date. Oh, my God, there's an app called the Locks Club. And it's, like, for Jew-ish people with ridiculously high dating standards. And I'm like, this makes me want to get 500 feet away from a temple, is all I'm trying to say. And I live across the street from a temple, and I am Jewish. Like, it's just like, it's too much. Like, let's all date each other. Let's all love each other. I love comedy. I love that I get to do this. You know, I have the privilege of coming here so often. And so it's easy to forget. But no, really. But seeing you again and like this.
Right?
He played with me. He's like, no, I've never been here before. Like, we went on a whole thing. He had me really bad. But anyways, love you guys. Should I bring up somebody to say hello really quick?
Of course.
Our social media manager.
Say hello.
Our one and only Haley, everybody.
Look at you, Stuart. Say something.
Say hello.
Come on, Haley.
Okay. Hi, I'm Haley. Nice to meet you. Okay, big crowd tonight. Okay. Yep, I am here as the social media manager. Shoot, I need to prepare stuff now because I keep like being called on without anything prepared.
Right, we just love you. And you have services to offer too.
Yes,
Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I'm social media managing. I know Photoshop. I know Adobe Premiere Pro. Let me just go down the list. I know Adobe Premiere Pro. I know After Effects. I know how to manage social media. Yeah, I made a post in a reel like recently. Yes, and I'm excited to start. Yes, I'm excited to start exploring more of that. I've also been doing a lot of like calendar, like organization stuff, more for myself than anything. But like, but I'm like, I need to like write this all down. This is too much for me.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is, right? Yeah, right? Feel right at home. Oh my god. Yeah, just
Where's
like.
home?
I'm back from Chicago, and yeah, not like super small family, but like family of 5. And oh my god, it's always crazy there. I do miss everyone. My younger sister's got she's got her grad party this weekend, and my mom keeps calling me. She's like, oh, I wish you were here, because I'm usually the one who organizes all that stuff for her. And she's like, your father's gonna kill me. Oh my god, I got a release on the day, so he's gonna be all by himself. Yeah, I love my sister. Shout out to her, but she's also kind of a piece of work. Like when we were younger, she would like punch me in the arm. She's like, no, I'm just kidding. You can't punch me now. I was joking. Yeah. I love her though. I love her.
Your dad, you want to be in film?
Yeah, I want to be a director. I want to direct and write my own films. There's a few that I've done. There's actually a comedy short film that I made a while ago that actually won an award. So, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, like the first time I ever directed something, I got that feeling that was just like, this is what I want to do. This is what I was meant to do. And from that moment, I've just been chasing that like ever since.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. And big shout out to you, Sundo. Like you've been like even this like first week down in LA, like you've made it. No, like you like I just feel so honored to be in a position where I'm able to already get my hands and toes in like so much, and I keep telling you like I am here to make you successful, but I'm like just how lucky am I to be in this position and to have gotten this role. So I am really enjoying. I'm really excited for the rest of the summer to see like now that I've been introduced this week to be like, where can I go from here, and starting to to put in my creativity and put in like just explore everything. Like I'm really excited and really just like so happy that you gave me the opportunity that you did.
Oh, that's Samantha. Samantha was like, we gotta grab this one. And look who we have waiting for you, a whole agreement from TikTok. So you're gonna thank people and tell them where to find you on your social media.
Yeah, my social media is just Hayley, HAYLEY.IRL, on like everything. So that's where you can find me. Yeah,
IRL?
that's IRL. Yeah,
In real life.
Yeah, in real life.
Hey!
Hey! Wow! You're showing me up, yeah, right?
We got TBH and IRL.
Yeah, oh my god.
We got gangs too.
And we got gangs.
Westside Caucasians represent.
I don't know if I want to be a part of that one, but.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll go see more of you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. See, that gets easier. It gets so much easier. It gets so much easier. And listen, we have such beautiful work done. These photographs are done. You need a headshot. And while he's here, you need to get him to do your headshot. He just did this white boy that made him look like he was glowing. And he was whiter than you. And you need a headshot to put up for Actors Access. And look, if you do a podcast, if you want to do a podcast, all we got to do is, what, a half hour, 15 minutes, and you would have pieces for your social media. But you've never put it up with the captions. And that's different than it is then. Look how much we've evolved before Facebook. I mean, come on, we've been here a long time. The Facebook. No, you knew me when I got sued.
Dude, I've known so much about you.
Oh my God, and you know he's in the computer business. And so anyway, if you guys want to find Jason Ham, Jason, where can they find you?
On Instagram,
Instaham. That's right, Instaham, and Ham has 2 M's. So that means he's really going to be on this stage sooner than you think. Well, you guys have been great. Please follow us on all platforms at LA School of Comedy. Thank you, Jason, Samantha, Jazz Clarity, and of course, the one and only Hayley. Thank you. Good night.